wanted to come in and share. I was having a conversation with a woman today, this lovely woman about who come to me about quitting smoking, and I was asking her about what the people around her are saying and how they're feeling about her smoking and the fact that they'd like her to quit but not. And she wasn't really sure, but what she said, that what she gets all the time from her children and even her grandchildren is, you just got to stop smoking. Just stop. Just quit smoking. You know, you need to quit smoking, and shame on you for picking that up. And even her little beautiful little grandson comes in and gets in her arms and says, please, Grandma, you have to quit smoking. It's bad for you, and you know you shouldn't pick that up. And I asked her how it made her feel, and she was kind of dismissive about it. She's like, oh, it's not fun to hear, and but I know that they're right. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit more, because I know with a lot of people that I work with, they're hearing the message, they're seeing the message all over the place, and I'm starting to wonder and starting to see if that, when you're bombarded with the same message over and over again, especially if it's something that you can't control or that you struggle with, is it helping or hurting? Does it even sink in anymore? Because, if you're like a lot of people that I talk to, they just don't even hear it anymore. They don't let it sink in. You've probably all seen, I know I have, the images of your rotted, diseased black lungs from a smoker that's meant to frighten and to dissuade us from smoking. And, I'm wondering, I see that and it's like, ew, gross. But, it's like, we've seen it so much. Is it even getting in? And then I wonder too, and what I've noticed from talking to, the people that I do, is that when they get that message enough, it's just goes right over their heads. They don't even react anymore. Or if they do, they start to feel resentful. They start to feel feelings of like, you know what? I'm really struggling here. How dare you, if you haven't smoked, come at me and give me that message? Who are you to even say that thing to me? You don't know how hard I'm trying, and you don't know what I'm going through. So there's that resentment that gets in. Who the hell are you to tell me anything? Other people I've noticed get very stubborn about it. They dig their heels in. I'm going to quit when I'm good and ready. You don't get to say a single thing about it. Don't talk to me about it. It hurts. It hurts my feelings. It's a no-win situation. Or, other things too. People try to come at it with, well, do you know how much money you're spending? How much money, don't you know how expensive it is? And I've had people say, you know what? I would spend that money anyway. I would, if if it's not on smoking, it's going to be on something else stupid. So I'm good with that. And then when you talk about the health, I'll have people say things like, well, we're all going to die of something. And finally, with relationships, how's this impacting your relationships? And people will say, you know what, if you don't like it, you don't have to be around me. I know who I am, and this is me. And so I totally get why, why they've gotten to that point, because I know when people have said things to me in the past about something that I felt like I couldn't change, that I would do the same thing. I would just shut it down. And all that messaging, is well-intentioned, because obviously, there is truth to that. It is unhealthy to smoke. It is better for all of us to quit. But when I receive those messages, for other things, I just stop hearing it, because it is too painful. It's very, very painful to not be able to do anything about it and just hear it. It makes us feel bad. And so but on that same token though, while it may, help get us through the day, to ignore the message or just brush it off as noise, here's the thing that I want to point out, is that if you don't let that message in at some point, you are just going to keep going as you are. And that's what's so tragic about it, because doing that is a protective mechanism in the moment, but days turn into months, turn into years. Time passes, and as time passes, our health changes, and as we age. And so you have to ask yourself, by ignoring it and by just blowing it off and just going day to day, what impact over time is the smoking having on your health? You might be healthy now, so it's actually even easier to kind of be in denial about the whole thing, about what it's doing to you. But actually, if you are in good health, great. This is actually the best time to take stock of what you want the next 20, 30, 40 years of your life to look like, and what you want it to feel like. Because without really getting a connection to why it's important to you, not why it's important to doctors, or not why it's important to your mom or to your kids or to your friends, but why it's important to you to quit, it's not likely to happen because you're going to keep yourself in denial by thinking of it like, oh, yeah, I'll get to it someday. So what if you did have time to turn your health around? Well, you could preserve your energy and your health and your vitality so that you can go on vacations when you retire, so that you can be that fun grandparent that your grandkids can't wait to spend time with, because you take them fun places and you take them on these fun adventures and you're actually out there doing stuff with them. I mean, what if you could hear those stop smoking messages and see those black lung pictures, and instead of just, letting it pass you by, take a moment and go like, yeah, you know what, that's absolutely right. And I am so glad that I actually quit, that I actually did this, and that's not me. That's not something I have to worry about. But yes, it is important, because this is the life that I want to live, not another life of pain and suffering. So, question I want to ask, and feel free to drop the answer in the comments. What would you do with more health, more vitality, rather than having your body break down or getting tired or getting sick, that you could go out and have energy, you could do fun things? What would you do? Drop them in the comments. And I'm going to post a link as well. If you want my help, if you want to talk about what we can do and come up with a game plan to help you quit smoking, happy to do that. It's a free call. Just book an appointment with the link below, and I'll be happy to jump on a call with you and talk that through. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.